If people wonder why I didn't record last week, it's because it's hotter than a nun's. This time I thought we would do what I like to do in my spare time. No, have a wank, you dirty bastards. What I like to do is I like to go on IMDB. Now you can do this at home as well. You go on IMDB, you go on the top films, you go on that little section there, top rated films of all time on IMDB. You go there and you'll realise that not all of the films are 10 out of 10. In fact, none of them are. A lot of them.
Awful lot low.
Which means there's some 1-star reviews on there. If you go onto that little tab, it says 1 star or 10 stars. Go to 1. We're about to do today what I like to do in my spare time and watch the fucking morons come out of the woodwork. Let's review some 1-star IMDB reviews. Here is 4 films. For now, we'll do other episodes, but here are 4 examples of some of the best 1-star reviews out there. So, here we go. The first film will be the classic 2008 movie, The Dark Knight. The phone's all alight. It's going to be on the laptop because I'm blind. So, now just a little caveat. I'm not going to read the whole review because, quite honestly, people who have a bad opinion on this, they go on for about 8 paragraphs. If you do want to see them, I will give you the title and the year it was published, and I'll give you like the first few lines, the best parts of the review, and then you can check them out for yourselves. But gold. So here is the first review for The Dark Knight. The title, way overrated, from the 31st of July 2008. So the film hadn't been out that long, and Heath Ledger hadn't been gone that long either. This is what PK2 had to say. So if you're out there, we're all judging you now. This is what they had to say. Another thing, I will be putting it on the side of the screen as well, the whole review. So if you do want to just pause it and then just read it all, that's fine. I'm going to be reading either the short ones or little excerpts from the review. But yeah, you'll get it. We'll do a few of these. The buzz from the entire media and the general public made it sound like this was the second coming of Star Wars. Well, it wasn't. A matter of fact, this is a way overhyped pile of garbage and one of the worst movies I've seen in years. Well, somebody came out of the theatre with a bit of chip on their fucking shoulder, didn't they? Where to begin? Not me, her, or him. Let's start with the so-called great acting. Okay, well, one of them won an Oscar when he was dead, so is what this fucking moron knows. You must be kidding me. Ledger does not deserve an Oscar nomination for this. He ended up winning, as I've just said. If anything, Jack Nicholson does a far better job, didn't win an Oscar, for playing the Joker in a worse film, may I add. Christian Bale basically mumbles most of his Batman parts. Just show you a couple of clips there, just proving that he doesn't mumble. It's just called Batman's voice. If you did it as Bruce Wayne, you wouldn't have much of a Batman, would you? That'd be figured out in about 5 fucking seconds, you knob. He isn't much better when he isn't. Plot is stupid as heck. They make the Joker sound like some sort of superhuman beast from another world. A dozen officers with machine guns would have killed him in 2 seconds. It's a comic book film. Logic. It's about a psychopathic man wearing clown makeup. Root it in reality as much as you like, he's still a fucking comic book character, but I guess that would have ruined the storyline. Any way you analyse this movie, it's just plain old bad. Right, okay, we'll go tell Christopher Nolan that he made a bad movie for this person who said it's way overrated. I feel like I'm going to get angry in the next few minutes. Here's another one. This one's going to be fun for you. It's actually got some bullet points on it. As I say, I'll put it on the side here. It is from Diane Marie 123 on the 3rd of August 2008, so nice and early. It's called Too Much of Everything. And she's got 4 bullet points. I'm probably going to read those out, and then I'll put the review here for you to pause and read. So there's too many subplots, too much violence, and it was at least half an hour too long. They should have taken some time and spent planning CGI effects and used it to seal some of the plot holes. Can't use CGI to seal up plot holes there, and they use quite a lot of practical effects. If she thinks, say, the truck, for instance, if she says that that's CGI, then you can see the giant plume of fucking smoke from the thing that flipped it. Anyway, the points she makes are fourfold. Number one, a witness pulls a gun out while he's in a witness stand. Excuse me? This is some mythic land. Is this some mythic land where the courthouses don't have metal detectors? Comic book film. Number two, there's a terrorist threat against the hospital, so they evacuate every patient except the one who's been in all the papers. I'm assuming she's talking about Harvey Dent there. Yeah, he kind of just did it. He didn't really sort of let everybody know he was going to get them out of the hospital. You know, he just kind of blew it up. Yeah, they can evacuate, but yeah, pretty quick. I mean, you'd have to be pretty fucking good at your job to get an entire hospital out before a man randomly explodes a hospital. Didn't say on a megaphone, "Everyone, I'm gonna blow you up." Doesn't. Anyway, number three. The police are transporting a high-profile prisoner with dozens of vehicles escorting him and a SWAT team all over the place, but one trailer truck starts chasing them and they're all helpless. Yeah, well, he's got a bazooka, sweetheart. Let's not fucking, yeah. The silliest thing of all, apparently, Batman's constant whispering. Yep. It's supposed to make him sound menacing, but he sounds like he has laryngitis. It's like the old Superman TV show where people magically have no idea who he is as long as he keeps his glasses on. He's been in disguise since the 1940s. If you were just going to give it away in the first sort of 10 minutes, wouldn't be Batman, would he? A woman puts a piece of paper over his face and says, yeah, you probably could see by the chin, but then why try and ruin it with logic? What's the point? Enjoy the movie, you fucking spastic. I don't know. God. Before I get too angry, that's all of The Dark Knight. So what we're going to move on to now is a Tom Hanks film. We're going to move on to Forrest Gump. Yes, 1994's Forrest Gump starring Tom Hanks. This is not the only Tom Hanks movie we'll be doing today. No. We are going to be looking at the one-star reviews of Forrest Gump. So let's get cracking. Funky Fry from 1998. So you were on IMDB when there was barely any internet. So that's good. Or you reposted it and put that date. You put why I think this movie stinks. Again, we'll have them all on the side. First of all, I've only seen this movie once. That's helpful. But I'm actually very offended by it. It takes itself far too seriously. Of course it does. The commentary embedded in the film's core relating to its 60s revolution and drug use in general, goes to the 60s for a little while, are shockingly naive, reactionary and simple-minded. Goes to war. Yes, he becomes a ping pong guy, but he still goes to war, and they do that quite well. In this movie likes to think if it can pass itself off as simple, it can pass off its truth as simple truths. That's in quotes. Much like its foggy-headed main character, he's supposed to be simple. Not so. It's just simple in an idiotic way that makes us underestimate the complexities of our social history. It goes into the social history. It uses a simple man to use his perspective. It's called narrative perspective, mate. That's what it is. They're not trying to dumb it down to your level. If they did, the film would be black and white with he's stupid and he goes to the 60s. Fuck off. Don Jeffries from 3rd of July 2009 writes, overrated and unbelievable.
Like my sex life.
The fact that a movie of this calibre, clever boy, is given such an overall high rating reflects on the disintegrating state of our civilization. Fuck me, it's a film. Tom Hanks, as always, is obnoxious and unlikable, often known as the grandfather of American film, but let's not let get past you, mate. 2009, he was still probably one of the biggest drawing actors of all time. Still is, funny enough, so you're talking bullshit. How this guy garners such critical acclaim is totally baffling. It's almost like he doesn't cut his acting teeth on the immortal bosom buddies. Oh wait, he has become a brash public believer in the impossible Oswald acted like a lone fairy tale that always helps careers. I'm going to leave you there, mate, knowing that in 2009 you were wrong, and you've always been wrong. Simple as that. God. I've never known someone who goes on about Forrest Gump, a film that everybody loves, and says about how shit Tom Hanks is in general. Yeah, let's have a look at his box office draw, shall we? See how shit he was. And is. Yeah, Toy Story 4, what a jack of shit. Yeah. We're going to go for another Tom Hanks movie now. This is Saving Private Ryan. That's right, one of the greatest war movies ever made. Really, until everyone saw 1917, and they now think that's the best. So for the last few years, I mean, this film's been out since 1998. People have been widely regarding this as the greatest film of all time for war. And we're going to go into, first of all, Michael Kenmore. That's your name. 21st of March 1999, so the film's a year old. You've written laughable pro-war propaganda movie. Nazis don't exist anymore, buddy. We don't need the word propaganda, do we? He has since put on here updated, edited for corrections as written in 2017. So he'd obviously written this somewhere else, put it on here in 2017. He has put in, of course, the combat sequence is great, but unfortunately, I was considered a psychopath for sniggering at a man wandering around picking up his dismembered arm while the camera was still shaking on the ground. It becomes obvious that Spielberg tries too hard to elicit the emotions of a cynical person like me. Now, Spielberg actually got comments from real war veterans back then saying how accurate this all was. Okay, maybe the arm thing wasn't completely accurate. I don't know. I don't know about the war. I'm 29. I don't know. But if war veterans are saying this was so accurate, so perfect, why the fuck are you saying here people were laughing at you? And also, if you're laughing at it, you don't believe it from the moment the bullets go through the fucking window of the boats, do you, you fucking prick? Next one is from The Bike. Yeah, from the 1st of September 2003. So the film had, been out for a long time by this point. Pretty bad history is how they have put it. I'm losing the will to live, you can hear it. I was hoping for an accurate war film for a change. And then she put in parentheses, take a look at the Battle of the Bulge for a really bad example. Don't know why you've got to put an example. What Spielberg shows us is the Omaha Beach sense. Makes me wonder, which Omaha Beach assault was he trying to portray? Those who know little about the battle, that's almost anyone who's in the theatre, someone's getting their little chops up about it, probably know the idea that every other soldier who landed on the beach before noon was either blown to smithereens or badly wounded. Believe me, the 1st and 29th Divisions would have been annihilated of it. Okay, not everybody knows about Omaha Beach, but I can pretty damn well show you, or probably assure you, that it wasn't anyone going to Brighton putting a deck chair down and eating a fucking ice cream. I can probably guarantee you they were still getting blown to bits. Okay, not nearly as much as the other 3 beaches, or 4, can't remember, on that day. But by God, this woman is making it sound, or man, The Bike, could be anyone. This person is making it sound like they just walked up and just said,
come here, Nazis, come on, down you come, you had enough.
Of course everybody been blown to bits. Doesn't mean they weren't as blown up as the others. It doesn't matter. They were still fucking in war, you donut. Keep saying prick. I feel like I'm just too angry. I really shouldn't have done this to myself, but we've got one more film to go. I know it's been a long one, but bear with me. This is for Django Unchained. That's right, Quentin Tarantino, the last good film he made. Before he went on about Hollywood and all that bollocks with Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt actually did a good film in 2012 called Django Unchained. This is walked out of this truly disgusting and revolting movie from Rich W. Griffin 227176635 from the 30th of December 2012. Well, the thing I find disgusting and I want to walk away from your review is the size of your fucking name, you cock. Quentin Tarantino is a case of Arrested Development 12 who keeps making revenge fantasy movies. My guess against bullies who picked on him as a child. Let's insult the man who's got more money than you, eh? The film is a combination of spaghetti western and blaxploitation. I know I am at odds with others, but I don't find hearing the N-word at least 100 times entertaining. It's not entertaining, but he's not sugarcoating the era in which the film is made either. Watching two men fight to death is entertainment? No, it's not supposed to be. He's not sugarcoating it, just said it. The hammer used to kill one of the wrestlers to murder a black guy with vicious dogs, constant whistling, etc, etc, etc. And with all that said, my least favourite character by far was Django. He's supposed to be hip and manly and blah blah blah, but he really just is a despicable macho jerk. I was very disappointed by Leonardo DiCaprio's performance. One of the best performances he's ever done. I didn't see the last 40 minutes of the movie and I had enough of the constant violence. Clearly, someone has never seen that many Quentin Tarantino films. And he's wrong about Leonardo DiCaprio. He was fucking awesome. He won a Oscar for the wrong film. Shouldn't have won it for Django either, but he definitely should not be told he's shit. This one is from adult audience member from the 7th of January 2013, and it's just called Pure Manure. If anyone else had have done this movie, it would have been savaged for its low quality. I don't know what this movie is supposed to be. The apparent possibilities are, so there's, how many of these? 4, we'll go through those and the rest of the review's up to you. 1, a spaghetti western. 2, a black exploitation film. It's not. 3, overblown gore fest. If you were to be blown up by a shotgun, it wouldn't just be a poof of smoke and fall on the ground. 4, knockoff of heaven only knows how many other movies. In the end, it was some of all of it. But the acting, except for the good, Dr. Schultz, is miserable. Everyone is a caricature. I'm just going to leave that there. Adult audience member. Clearly not adult enough to understand why this is good, are you? Well, wasn't that a journey? So yes, that is some reviews of some films on IMDB. I would love to do more of these. So if you guys have any films you think have amazingly funny or damn right wrong 1-star reviews, then please let me know and I'll critique them and tell them how wrong they are. So yeah, guys, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, tell your friends. Do what the logo in front of my face is telling you to do right now. Guys, until next time, this is your friendly neighbourhood ginger guy saying, Ginge out.